Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're at Watkins Glen for our third round of the Ironman Racing League 288 Ferrari race series. I'll be driving my neon green Techno RC sponsored Ferrari. I qualified 7th out of 10 for this first race. Looked like I got a pretty good start. I was coming down the inside. I thought maybe I'd get a nice run up in there and make up some positions. But unfortunately, the other green Ferrari got loose, came down on me, and then I went up and took out Mav in the red and yellow Ferrari. So now I'm sitting in dead last and not where I wanted to start the race, especially if it was only the first turn of the race with all the fast guys up front. Ernie makes a mistake on this uphill over here. This was a couple of laps later, and he took out Rich with him, and Mav and myself were able to squeeze through and get back into contentions for some racing in a pack now. Unfortunately for me, the very next turn, I spit out. Eventually I got past Rich and I got past Ernie. So I ended up finishing the race in 8th place. Not what I was hoping for, but it's all about learning. But it was a fun race regardless. In the second race we always do a reverse start. Both races are 20 minutes. I was really hoping if I could get a good run, clean run, make some space, maybe give me a chance to be a little competitive since it's a reverse start grid. But Ernie made a little mistake on the uphill, and somehow I was able to squeeze through there. I don't know how I did that, but that put me in 3rd place, and I have Mav behind me, and I have Gary up front, and Rich, myself, and then Mav. That's the first 4 in the race right here. So being in 3rd place isn't too bad. At this point, I wasn't even considering trying to get a podium position, although I was trying my best to stay up front as much as I could, but I knew there was a lot of fast guys coming up through the pack. So right here, coming up this hill, come down the straightaway to the chicane, this is where 2nd place Rich makes a mistake, and almost simultaneously Gary, who was in 1st place, makes a mistake in the very next corner. So now I move into 1st and Mav into 2nd. So things are looking a little bit better. Things aren't looking so bad. If me and Mav can run some clean laps and put some space between us and the rest of the field, it might not turn out so bad. By this point, Gov has already moved up into 3rd place, and he's looking to get around the yellow and red Ferrari there. Gov's very fast, so I really don't want him to get by. Behind him we've got Ron and Gary once again. And going into this turn, it looks like 1st and 2nd, or 2nd and 3rd place got together. It's giving me a little more breathing room. But I do have a lap car in front of me, and I've got a lot of cars coming up behind me. This is going to be a survival mode if I still want to get a podium position. So I need to worry about getting around the yellow car, and I need to keep running clean laps so that the guys behind me don't catch me. But that green car is coming pretty quick. He's making up some space. So I just really need to get around that yellow car. not one of my fastest turns right here. I thought I lost a lot of time here. This next turn, Gary challenges me for first. We take a couple of different lines. Here he goes on the inside. I ended up getting hard on the brakes and cutting underneath him. I thought was a pretty good line. I was trying to race him to the next turn. My line coming into it wasn't too bad, but I needed to leave space for the inside guy. We're battling door to door down the start-finish line. And we still have that lapped car out front. It was a pretty good battle, but I didn't expect for someone to come get me from behind. So at that point, Sonomir got by, Ron kept going, Gov got by, so now I'm down into 4th position. That gray car right there of Gary, he apologized over the radio and told me to go ahead because he knew it was his mistake, so he let me by. So now I'm actually in 4th place. I was in 5th there for a second. So I'm in 4th place. I'm out of a podium position, but it's racing. Anything can happen, and it usually does. So Ron's out front, Sonomir's behind him in 2nd place, and Gov should be in 3rd place. But coming out of this next turn right here, Ron gets a little loose. Sonomir has really no place to go, ends up tagging him. Ron goes into the pit lane, which is really bad for him because there's a speed limit in pit lane. So he lost a lot of positions there. That put me in 3rd position. So I'm back on the podium once again. A few more laps later, we've got Mav behind me, Ron behind me, Gary behind me, and a lapped car in front of me again. So I need to get past that white car. Looks like Gary took both of those cars on the inside and moved up 2 spaces on them, 2 positions on them. I'm right behind that white car. I need to get past it as fast as I can. This is a tricky part of the course right here, the chicane. Somehow I was able to pull it off. I don't know, he probably let me by. But now I've got him blocking for me. I can get a little space on the cars behind me. So I'm sitting in 3rd place right now, and Gary's coming up behind me. I'm sure Ron won't be too far behind either. So Gary's right up on me. He's looking for a place to get by. And he gets on the inside of me. I leave space. I don't push it too hard. I'd rather be 4th than last, so I didn't give him the position. He earned it. But I really want that position back. I really would like to get a podium finish. I've never had a podium finish before. It's a little wild coming into the chicane. Kind of hit the curb on the way in. Ooh, Gary gets into a lapped car. That's my view from it right there. Which puts me back into 3rd place with 1 lap to go, and I have Ron behind me. So if I can get 1 last lap in without letting anybody by, I might actually pull this off and get my first podium. Third place would be awesome. Even though it's a reverse start race, I'm going to count it. Into the chicane. Then we've got that big wide turn that I'm so slow at. He's probably going to gain on me. He's on the inside. He's looking for a spot. A couple of more turns left in this race. If I can just hold off that green car of Ron. And there it is to the finish line. I got my first podium. That is awesome. Appreciate everybody who watches the channel and leaves comments. And remember, a bad day at the track is better than any day at work. Catch you guys next time.